Où on va, où on va, où on va dans ce monde, où allons-nous? Simplement, et cette voix claire dans les jours, c'est pour ébouer les hommes traiteurs de fautifs.
With one of these, actually two, with two of these, we use our phones. With technology. Wow. Let's see. How did this start? How did we find ourselves in Cote d'Ivoire? I was contacted actually by the embassy there, the Abidjan embassy. She said last year there was a program that was supposed to take place in Morocco, and it didn't happen. And there was an Amina from Chicago that they were considering bringing to Morocco. Would you by chance be that Amina? And I thought to myself, if I was not that Amina, I was going to be that Amina, so yes. And she told me about this program that they were doing in Cote d'Ivoire. They wanted to have a cultural exchange. And it just sounded like something I wanted to be a part of.
I would have the possibility to travel.
And so I was able to pick a couple artists to go with me. And so, of course, I picked, my partner in crime, Chris. And I found out that there was a component of women empowerment, and I thought, what better other person to take than Ange 13, so that we can represent that female element. So that's how we wound up in Cote d'Ivoire. I was a little shy at first because I speak very little French, but she assured me that would be no problem. It was more important that we come there and bring our message about how we use hip-hop here in Chicago.
How we gotta take a picture that way.
Welcome to Ivory Coast. Okay.
All the way from Chicago to Abidjan, the Ivory Coast doing hip hop. It's no better.
Keep it moving. Don't stop the music. Keep it moving. Don't stop the music.
After the long flight, I woke up that next morning and I got up and I felt groggy because with the time zone difference, to wake up and hear a different kind of birds chirping, it was just amazing.
Hey Chris, you ready?
Ready as I will be. Day one, or official day one in Abidjan on our itinerary, going to the embassy, meet officials, have a press conference, which...
Really good night's sleep. I remember that. It was tripped out to wake up in another country, but wake up so peaceful.
I had the most sound sleep I've had in my life last night. I had to jerk myself awake because I was like, this is too good to be true.
And I didn't know what to expect when I got out there. I didn't know what their crime rate was. I didn't know what the neighborhoods were like. I didn't know what the people were like. I didn't know who was going to speak any type of language to me. I just knew that, man, I'm waking up in Africa. A lot of people can't say that. A lot of people. But I was.
You don't know what to expect in this press conference. So follow us. Come along. It's going to be the greatest thing in the world. Is I shaking too much?
No, you good. You good.
I was exhausted. I woke up like, where am I? Why am I here? But I think when I woke up, though, I thought to myself, all this planning, this is it. Like Ange said, we really didn't know what to expect. But whatever it was, we were about to find out.
You want to say anything to the people back home?
Wish us luck.
There you go.
We arrived at the embassy, went through security. No recording devices allowed in the embassy. Our cameras, our phones were confiscated.
So unfortunately, we don't have any footage.
So our first destination on the tour was a town called Aboissou, which was just a couple of hours outside of Abidjan. So this is our hotel. Chris and Ange 13.
Bonsoir.
And this is our hotel, Rochelle. Not Rochelle, Rochelle.
And then I'm going to walk you guys into our hotel hut suite room. This is ours, and Ange is down there. This is so awesome. And then we walk in. I've got the door open so you can see. This is the awesome part. And you guys aren't going to see this as well as I'd like, but look at this ceiling.
Oh my God.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Look at that architecture.
Alright, TTFN people, we'll see you back in a little bit.
We were able to rest for a little bit. We didn't have a whole lot of time, and then it was time for the first show.
It was like I was going on stage for the first time ever. No one knew who I was. It's not going to be any different from home. Let's see what the response is going to be.
Before you know it, we were at this place getting ready to do our first show. The adrenaline was rushing.
I appreciate you.
So what about when the guy jumped on stage?
He came up on stage like he was part of the show. So I let him be part of the show, and he could. The energy he was giving off, I had to, catch him up in too, because when he started dancing, I started dancing. It just seemed like we had a routine. I was glad that he wasn't up there to do harm, because really, I've gone to a show where someone jumped on stage with a knife, and they were trying to get at the DJ, and I was in front of the DJ, so I'm like, wow, this ain't good. So to have him jump up there and start dancing, that was a big plus, because with hip hop, you usually bring the rough, rugged, and raw, and he was showing up.
When we first got there, we kind of had an idea of how we were going to do the shows. You could tell from the first time with that first kick and that first bass drop, just you could see the excitement on the people's face.
It didn't really seem to matter. Like, they understood the beat, they felt our energy, and it didn't matter that they didn't understand.
That's one thing I never even thought about. They're not going to understand one word I'm saying.
Oh, that's messed up, man.
Day 2.
Is it day 2?
Yeah, because yesterday was the press conference. So day 2, I was supposed to do a workshop in about an hour.
We had a great show yesterday. 2-hour trip to here from Abidjan. And I don't know, I need my coffee, so bye.
That's enough for me right now. I need to get myself together. I need some coffee. Peace.
Peace. I think this is the moment when it really hit me that we were 3 Chicago hip-hop artists in Cote d'Ivoire doing hip-hop. This was big. And before we knew it, the first workshop was in full swing. There weren't very many women. We don't know. We think there are a couple of different reasons. One of them, and it came up with Janet, was, you know, we realized that there's not a lot of support for women in hip-hop in Ivory Coast, which, you know, quite frankly, is the same. Not too much different here. It's not like the system is really designed to support women in hip-hop. And over there, it's a lot tougher.
Chris conducted a live recording session.
Peut-être ceux qui grandissent sans penser au futur, oublient de rentrer quand se fait terre, mais pas quand faut se taire. Mais c'est les nets, parents, c'est vrai que jamais je pourrais rire, qu'il y a bédané là, sujet pour les rêves. Un jeune impulsif, espérant faire bouger là où on apprend, vite t'as coupé ça, tu doutes, tu comprends ça.
Welcome to Africa. We are all judges ready. You have to love each other and say, merci beaucoup.
Merci, merci America, merci, merci, merci à la Côte d'Ivoire. Allez, merci.
So we left our Warsaw and we were headed back to Abidjan. We were supposed to be meeting up with Pritzker and Rajman to do like a rehearsal before we're doing like the concert coming up on the 14th. And it's just a 15-minute.
The whole thing was supposed to take,
yeah, and it was like what, 4.5 to 5 hours. Crazy traffic jam. I mean, even the people who were with us, they had never even experienced any kind of traffic like that before.
As it turned out, it was Cote d'Ivoire's 50th anniversary of independence, so we were here during Independence Day weekend, and there were a lot of streets blocked off, a bridge was closed for festivals and celebrations of their 50th anniversary. So that explains why the city was partially gridlocked.
But one thing that stood out to us was an SUV that fell off to the side, and you just saw 10 or 15 Ivorians pick his car out of the ditch.
But we witnessed that, and we said this would never happen on the stage. So George was like, really? No one would let them sit in the ditch like that. We thought, I wish. No, you break down on Lake Shore, man, they're going around you. And it was like we were in a parking lot.
This is so exciting. Well, in a way it's exciting. It is exciting. We are caught in traffic. We're on our way headed to Zone 4. And it looks like we're not going to get there.
Yeah, so we're headed back to the hotel. And still a lot of traffic out here. So yeah.
And then we finally made it to meet Priska, and she was exhausted, the place was closed, and we turned around and tried to make it back. That was our whole day. Our first stop was the radio station, Radio Ganyua, to have an informal meeting with artists. It turned out to be much more than that. As soon as we arrived, we were greeted by a whole bunch of MCs, and I don't know, one thing led to another. There was a beatbox, and all of a sudden, there was an instant cipher in front of the radio station.
Rien qui peut tuer mon père, à part mourir galère. La vie est un marathon, je suis dedans mais je suis pas à l'aise. Le sucre est long, mais maintenant qui peine des raccourcis. La joie ne sourit pas, le poil, il y a pas un joli visage. Fumé dans l'espoir, donc je la dégage. Essaie d'ouvrir les yeux, c'est là l'anomalie, c'est Dieu. Merci papa, merci maman de m'avoir donné la vie. C'est grâce à vous que j'ai connu cette incertitude. C'est dur.
Quand on lève, c'est pas blanc, mais nous on t'aide. Yo, hey, check it. Tous les gars, ça, c'est les rappeurs, puis c'est les fêtes. Yo, man, broken. Quand on lève, mais c'est pas blanc, mais nous on t'aide. Trop jack. Si les gars, ça, c'est les rappeurs, puis c'est les fêtes. Man, putain de mic, regarde plus combien de fois ici on a reçu. Putain de tata mire, regarde plus combien de fois ici ça fait tellement pitié. Dans mon putain de chien de quartier, ouais, si t'as marqué, regarde plus ici ça fait. Chien, non mais qu'est-ce que tu crois, les gars? Ici ça fait trop pleurer dans mon putain de continent. Tu vois qu'ici, berceau, l'humanité, aujourd'hui se retrouve mon dernier. Je comprends pas pourquoi les centaines, pour cela n'ont plus envie de cracher. C'est
Yes, respect.
And after our informal meeting with the artists, which ultimately wound up being just a giant, MC site, we went on into the studio and were interviewed live on Radio Ganyua, which was quite nice, except that we spoke no French.
Chicago Hip Hop Initiative. Il s'appelle Ange 13. Et Urbanized Music avec Amina Norman Hawkins. Who have Chris Hawkins.
Alors, naturellement, vous entendez beaucoup d'acclamations, ce sont les rappeurs de Gagnois qui sont là pour apporter également la riposte. Est-ce que vous êtes là, les gars?
First night in Ganyua, we went to a nightclub. It was a gorgeous, huge, open space. The MC who walked around the nightclub with a microphone entertaining guests.
Oh, wait, the Obama guy. There's a cat here who has like the Obama theme song. They love Obama here so much. Obama way, Obama way, Obama way, Obama way, Obama way.
He jumps off the stage, walks into the VIP area, and finishes the rest of the song singing it to us.
Obama way, Obama way, Obama way, Obama way.
I asked artists were they going to be getting on stage and performing tonight, and their answer was
no.
I was like, why not? He was like, well, this club owner, he doesn't really allow hip hop in his club. And they proceeded to say, well, they don't allow it. And then we kind of talked amongst ourselves, and then Anna Marie said, well, you know what, I want to talk to the owner. Let's get the owner over here now. So they got the owner over. He came into the VIP
He did
section.
not allow hip hop in his club because of its negative reputation.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was afraid that it would bring a bad element to his club. So very specifically because of hip hop's negative reputation.
So he ultimately decided, I'm going to give him a shot. He put them on stage, and they performed, and history was made that night in Ganyua.
Yeah.
On stage.
First time they were able to rock on that stage, and the crowd loved them. And what if we wouldn't have asked?
Hi there.
Good to see you there.
Welcome.
Good morning.
So, man, this is day what?
6.
Day 6?
6?
Is it 5?
5?
We don't know.
5 or 6, one of the two.
They all run into each other.
This is the day that we are in
Ganyua?
Ganyua. This is day 5.
Well, this is our second day in Ganyua.
This is day 5. Yeah, because it's the 6th.
All right.
So we left the 1st.
Okay.
And we got here the 2nd.
Okay.
And then 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. There. That sounds like 4.
Anyway, this is our second day here in Ganyua.
It's hilarious.
We're at the radio station. Again, we were here yesterday.
We're getting ready to conduct a workshop this morning with adults and kids. We got a couple of nice things in store. It should be very interesting. We're going to probably do a real impromptu recording with some of the local artists right now with the workshop. Hopefully we are all pumped up and excited, and we are getting ready for the big concert that's going to be taking place outside somewhere here in Ganyua tonight.
And in one word, each of you ladies describe what last night's event was for you.
Magic.
Monumental.
Hey, they both begin with M.
Because we got to see something happen that probably would have never happened had we not been here.
Sure.
So everybody is here to use each other, not misuse each other. And we can bring a light to anybody's darkness. To anybody's darkness. You can bring the light to anybody's cave. Just don't be afraid to shine.
And yesterday was electrifying for me to have the artists be able to actually get on stage at their local club where they were refused or not allowed to be able to express themselves on the stage. So, Inch 13, the comedian. So with all that being said, love, peace, and hair grease. Peace.
Peace. This is George.
Hello.
George is the sound man. Always be nice to the sound man.
Always.
Always.
Right. Never disrespect.
He will make or break you.
That's right.
Are you having fun hanging out with us, George?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Why not? Having fun.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
Say peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
This is our driver Ali. Wave hi Ali to the people. All right. Best driver in the world. Best driver in the world. He's a man. Peace. All right.
So the Ganyua workshop was awesome. We started the workshop off talking about Chicago hip hop. We had a Q&A. We showed video footage from Millennium Park and some other Chicago hip hop events. And the mayor of Ganyua came to our workshop, which was really nice. Ange conducted graffiti workshop.
They don't have a drug problem. They just write marijuana.
You know, displayed her B-girl talent. And everybody was just really having a good time.
Yeah, Ganyua kind of turned into a party, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like at the end.
I even got a little excited and broke out into a nice little backspin there. Yep.
It was a really, really nice workshop. And then at the end of the Ganyua workshop, you know, as we were packing our things up to leave, the hip-hop artists in Ganyua got together and presented us with the most beautiful pieces of artwork. We were just blown away. So honored, so gracious, and we hadn't even performed yet. So just, we want everybody to know that we had such a great time here. And we realize, I think I speak for all of us when I say that, we realize we have a new family here now in Ganyua.
Yes.
So we're family now. She doesn't want to tear it. So we arrived for our first concert in Ganyua, and man, Ganyua came out. Coincidentally, we found out that Ganyua is very well known for its arts and its artistry and its artists, especially musical artists. So we really were treated to a wide variety of musical talents from the artists in Ganyua.
Qui ne pense qu'à les prophètes des ils utilisent la jeunesse pour les propres business. Pendant que le peuple me défie. Pour très cher, la population crève, ces politiciens le mettent en rêve. Si tu ne connais pas le système d'argent.
Game comme c'est sur le beat, des fans de tout le Salman. Paul Dina sur le beat, on fait devient fatal man. Diamond, I am man, no sugar time man. Mommy, vous pas devient de quoi je reprends la pipe man. Me, comme c'est sur le rhythm de original dirty.
Listening to my flow, some things gonna let you know wrong, some things gonna show up. Can't go to the breathe, I can't go to the river. Thoughts are my phone.
You know what's the business of the gates of network? I got the whole weight of the city up on the back of bad legends. Oh, see, who's the view from the LSD? You know me, shit my prep from DP. I'm wasting on my own cause I'm at the DP. You're witnessing a legendary moment in time. Cause when I'm dishing out the knowledge, what you taking is fine. See, I predict.
Merci.
Allez, bye, au revoir. Entry. Alright. You love Ganyua? Yeah, Ganyua is a real country, man.
Original vibrate. Yes, c'est Gonzo. On met fire.
We had our concert on our first night in Dalawa. As soon as we arrived, 10 hip-hop artists walked up to us and said, we want to introduce ourselves to you and welcome you to Dalawa.
Parmi nous ici, je voudrais que vous l'acclamez très fort. Merci également aux artistes américains qui sont venus soutenir le mouvement hip-hop et booster. Big up à vous.
Welcome to Côte d'Ivoire, welcome to Daloa, and we are together as one. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ok, je pense que nous n'avons plus besoin de traduction. I think the same thing, that we don't need to translate anything else. Yeah, thank you. So let's go for the show now.
One of the most amazing parts of that whole night was a presentation that the artists of Dalawa did. They came together and created this song dedicating it to Haiti. The song was entitled Haiti, and they performed it. And that song was so significant because that was why we were here, to use hip-hop to spread love, and they were doing it, and it was fantastic.
La patrie estropiée, nous sommes avec vous, et tout comme vous, dans les yeux de larmes. Nous sommes avec vous, et tout comme vous, on aime être liés à nos âmes. Oui, comme vous, ce malheur nous a fait, et tout comme vous, nous sommes tous des orphelins. Oui, comme vous, nous sommes otages du destin. Tous avec vous, nous croyons au destin, et croyons tous que ce n'est pas la maladie.
paraíso de la mar y pública arrogante de los hombres fuertes. La mierda te ha visitado, tus hijos lloran, en los corazones hay miedo. Le monde entier qui regarde son frère ne se tait pas autant. Et voilà, que toi, ralentis tes pas de stress et mate la terre te donne de paix. Calme-toi. Je sais que tu vas te relever. Haïti, Haïti.
Merci.
Peace to the camera. Peace to the camera. Ange, say peace to the
camera. Chers amis rappeurs, demain à partir de 8h30, rendez-vous à la mairie. Prenez chien avec nos invités.
You know, we were very well received every place we went. People were gracious, they were welcoming. And I thought that it was really great that we had 2 women and 1 man coming from America, of all places, and of all things representing hip-hop. We were able to set an example of what women in hip-hop look like, how we operate, and the fact that we can come out here and hold it down with the best of them. We made it a point to celebrate the women and say, you know, you got 1 girl, you need more women here.
Yep. I am Kone Mesa, called Mozi Premier. Mozi the first guy who accepted to present all the hip-hop show in Dalwa for free. Because here we have not a lot of means, so we have to help each other. But we're very glad today to have guests like Chicago Hip Hop Initiative, because it's an occasion for us to show to the young people, to show to the hip hop makers that what we're doing is not a joke, it's something serious. And the suggest and advice we received from the exchange we had last time is very important. Get in touch with communities, making actions. These are very important things, and we have discovered that far from what we used to believe, women are very good on stage. Yep, we noticed it last night on the show, and it was very great. I think that now, for all the ladies who were present, will feel interest in hip-hop, and we can ensure you that the next time that you will come here in Dalwa, you will find something greater than what you have already seen. Thank you for your coming, thank you for your suggestion, thank you for everything you have done for us. We hope we shall meet very soon. Yeah, and the next time we'll have what you have not seen now. Thank you for your coming. Peace, and may God bless all of heads.
We were able to talk to the people who were shutting the women out, which obviously were the people that were in the room. We showed them the upsides of, but also from an organizational perspective, if you want to move forward, you can't do it without the women.
Going to get some more shawarma at this awesome spot. We came here last night.
Shawarma.
So we're here to get our shawarma.
Give him a copy of our poster.
Yes, we should.
Yes.
Yeah. The food.
Good morning. Yes. Good.
Yes, we're back. Good. Yes.
Here, can you take my minute?
There's George, there's Kofi, get ready to get their stomachs full again.
All right.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm doing good, and you?
All right, good.
Nice to meet you. How are you? Yes. Yes, hi. We were here last night. From America, from Chicago.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, brother. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right.
I know we got to get on the road. I can get on the bus.
Yeah, we'll do the bus.
In an hour.
So right now we are in, where are we in? Corogo?
No. Yeah, Corogo.
Corogo. We just had breakfast.
At the bar buffet.
The bar buffet. Say good morning to the people, Ange.
Good morning.
All
Time
right.
to get on up and start your day. Good morning.
All right.
So we are outside of the back of our hotel here, Mos Corogo. We're going to just take a little walk, check it out. Now earlier I saw that there were some kind of animals back here. I won't say it's a zoo per se, but we did see a tortoise, a couple of chickens, and a goat. So we shall see what's... There's the little farm. Oh, it's like a little deer. He's hiding behind a tree. They're like those crazy Americans. Here's a tortoise. See his face. Oh, look, guys. He's looking at me. Got all kind of trees back here, palms and such. Of course we do. It's Africa. But look at these giant, whatever they are. You see that? These things are huge.
Our first day there actually was our free day, so Anna Maria decided to take us to a textile mill. It's actually a village, and it's a co-op.
We are in the actual textile mills right now.
Called Guaranini, where they weave fabric.
Welcome in Waranini. This is the name of village.
Okay.
The village called Waranini.
Guaranini, okay.
Here we are working in cooperation. So there are 350 people workers.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you understand my English?
Very well, yes.
Yes. Okay. So, come and see how women spin caro.
The women spin the thread, the men weave the fabric.
And now they make thread. So you make thread, you will see women make thread.
Only women make thread and only the guys weave.
Yeah.
The men weave those threads together that the women spin.
Slowly by slowly, you get a big bobbin and make it there.
They let Chris weave.
Okay. All right, now you'll try. Yes, sir. All right, now Chris is going to try.
Don't break the thread. We try now. Okay. You push there, not up, not up. One. Okay, you push this. Make inside. Stick here. You want to try?
No, I'm
You don't.
I'm good. I'm good.
She should make the thread.
I should make the thread.
So you will make thread.
I got a little bit of spinning training. Ange declined.
If you think I can do it, I don't want to mess it up. Chris, you are a professional weave master.
Yes, I am. Try. No problem.
Okay. And then I go like that.
Yeah, like this.
Like that.
Like that, yeah.
And then I let it go.
Yeah.
You
laughing at a mama. Okay.
And then go
back. Go back.
You want to try again? Wow, look at this.
You want to try?
No. All right. Okay. I'm going to leave this to the professional.
Yeah. Become professional.
Yeah. Nice. All right.
Come on, Ange. Can I give it a try?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Put down. Okay, let's go. Let's move.
How do you feel now that you got a new profession, Amina?
I feel terrible at it.
No, but you new, so you should be good.
I don't crochet. I don't do any. Where is it? Ah, Obama girl. The Obama shirts are the #1 shirts out here that the ladies wear.
This is awesome. Mama, you'll be so proud of me. I weave some cloth together. I can't even sew good.
You can't sew well. Doesn't know to speak either.
Yeah, nor speak either. I can't sew well.
We watch them make the jewelry.
Now jewelry, I can do.
It's all natural all.
Okay.
Natural all. Bring it in 3. After making this, we make old here.
Okay.
After you dry it on sign. On sign. And this is tech leaves. Tech leaves. And he paint before chicken feathers.
Ah, feathers.
Wow. Sorry, start.
Each bead is handmade. That's beautiful.
Not me.
This is the negotiating part. Anna Marie is our negotiator.
That first one.
Long band.
We said 57.
Yeah, I can do 50.
Thanks, Tom.
can take some stuff off.
At the end of this visit, we shopped and we were leaving, and Anna Maria, she said, you know what, we want to come back tomorrow. Bring our artists to talk to your artists. We can have an artist dialogue.
To have a little conversation with artists. I said, you work to promote your art. You know, you overcome difficulties, a bad image, how you work to do that. They have their art, which is different, but they have to overcome people's desire to pay cheap and buy industrial and to promote the value of and to convert. How do you go about doing that? How do you, okay.
Good. Perfect conversation.
Il y a plus de raffaires pour Robo que les autres. Mais en fait, les autorités de la ville ne sont pas incluées.
And then also I'd like to add, even in the United States, our government and oftentimes our elders don't support it either. Even us having this in Chicago and that the mayor signed off on it, it was a long road before we got to that point. So we really had to start small. Most of us have not much money. Most of us work regular jobs. So when we're creating the music, it's in whatever, spare time that we have.
Dans le mois de juillet pour que le maire signe
le mois de juillet sur le mois de hip-hop à Chicago.
Took a laptop out, took out a mic, they let the artists kind of get into a groove, know what they want to talk about and what they want to do. I really had no idea what they're saying, but some guys sung their entire verse. Kind of wrapped up the rest of the workshop from the graffiti portion of it, showing them what we did at Millennium Park. Then we kind of played back the music, and you can see the smiles on everybody's faces, you know.
Depuis mon enfance, la galère m'offense, elle me poursuit comme si c'était un voleur. Je me balade avec le raccord, oui.
You know, not know what they're saying, but I'm just hitting record, and you know, when they're done, I'm just smiling like, yeah.
Ok, je l'ai dans mon sang, je rappe quand je veux, je m'habille quand je veux. Le rap, c'est mon métier, il y a des années je l'ai maîtrisé.
It was a good feeling to be able to work, you know, outside of the box.
Foule, je l'ai niqué, Bulkasson, beaucoup, Jelly, beaucoup, c'est ma cité. La plus grande des cités est toujours c'est la cité. Parce que si le papa des gangsters d'emblée.
So after our workshop in Corogo, we went to the television station. There's the cardio I was missing. Up at the television station. Don't drop your camera.
Ouais, Bill, donne-moi l'information.
Ils sont venus pour faire une formation.
Ils sont combien?
The studio is restant.
Mon nom c'est John.
J'espère que...
Ouais, je m'appelle John.
John, Anne-Marie.
Oui.
Do you speak English?
Slow.
Non, ils n'ont pas de portable.
We conducted our interview and we asked the producers when the show was going to air, hoping that we might get a chance to see ourselves on Ivorian television. And we found out that not only was the show live, but they do not tape any of their live broadcasts. And so if it were not for the footage that Chris had on his phone, we probably would have nothing to show for our television interview in Corogo.
We can say that tonight.
You can say that tonight.
Well, I did say that, you know, we're bringing the positive image.
Good. They see. That's why Anna-Maria, hold us down. Anna-Maria, hold us down. Anna-Maria, hold us down. Anna-Maria, hold us down. Beautiful. Magnifique. No, but we're filming it. Video. So I think she wants a picture. No, she's not.
All right, so we just finished doing the interview on the station, and we're headed back to the bus. Lunch! Yay! Yeah, we come back the next day and we go into this kind of open space and we're meeting, and it's, you know, us and Kofi and Anna-Maria. All the men of Warrenini are surrounding us and we're talking and talking. And after a while there was kind of an awkward pause, and I looked around and So I'm curious as to why there are no ladies with us today.
Mais il y a les femmes. Il y a les femmes. Ici, en tout cas. Sinon, ils sont dedans. Voilà, ils sont dedans. Ok. Here they come. Hey.
Because we want to know, you know, the women might have something to add to this dialogue.
Voilà, les femmes, elles sont là. Ça va?
At the end of the meeting, they delivered a message to us through the men that it was very unusual that they would be invited into a situation like this, so they wanted to thank us for having them there and for insisting on their input.
Secteur fermé, béton qu'on a déjà passé, mais les mains, ouais, on leur applaudit, on leur applaudit. Merci. Merci.
Révolution 2010, le secteur fermé Kamba, les leaders de ton rap petit, tiens venu aujourd'hui, avec toi c'est nous. Attrape le mic, s'il est lourd pour toi, et qu'il est lourd pour toi, et dis-moi qui moi là, et parce que moi je vais, c'est moi qui vais manger ça.
You know, it amazed me once I got there because I was really expecting something totally different. And I was just like, wow, you know, I feel like I had stepped from out of Chicago and just like went to a suburb.
T'inquiète, elle est faite pour agiter la sauce. Ou l'imam, que mon danse peut-être toujours la famille. Je pense que je connais pas la famille. Dans la prune, je ne suis pas salam. Dans nos galères, c'est pas facile d'être ensemble. Le mal veut nous péter, du temps nous mettre en scène. J'avoue que c'est l'enfer est clair. J'avoue que ceux qui plongent en celui et ceux qui prennent avant de voir fleurir. Innocent, moi, traqué par péché. Et c'est les guitares.
They're taking our examples and trying to make it their reality. They are watching.
They're so influenced by Western culture. It really amazed me.
You know, we must remember they're emulating what they see. And that's why I thought it was so great that we were able to bring hip-hop culture to them. We didn't bring them what they see on TV.
I mean, I heard reggae flavor, you know, you heard people that had just different kind of dialects when they were rhyming.
Oh yeah, get your hands high. Oh yeah, put it down right now. Oh yeah, and cool out service suckers. Oh yeah, this world is mine to do whatever I please. I'ma break this up and down and take the party to the streets in a man's world. I think the ladies got scared. Lost in each other now that who's good. Looking at your booty and not in your purse. Come on, back. You know you be in a hurt, and I ain't saying what I'm saying when I say in a verse. I clock me, knock me when I spread out this verse. See, that was me and my young and I home okay. And if your door's fucking stinking.
Right, so we are checking out of Hotel Montecorogo. It's a nice place. It's a place we showed up to the first night, and they had given our rooms away, but we got a room back. So yeah, that's it. Chris, you wanna?
Nice hotel. Didn't get a chance to stay here the first night, but we finished up the last 2 nights here. Really nice. You know, it had a refrigerator, TV, AC on both sides of the room. I mean, look at the decor. It's beautiful. So. Stuff. Great room. On to the next town. I don't even know where we're going.
We're going to Ferke.
Ferke,
and then back to
and then back to Abidjan, and then back to Shy City. See y'all in a minute. Peace. Hey.
All right, first workshop in Ferke, which is shortened for the name of this town. I can't pronounce it, so I won't do a disservice and even try. We're going to go inside and check out the setup for the workshop. Ant and Chris are already in here setting up.
You gave him a form to ask, well, what's not happening here that you would like to happen? That was a big step in the right direction.
And that's why I thought it was so great that we brought them the graffiti, we brought them the community activism, we brought them the essence of hip-hop.
The littler kids were drawing the cars that they want. There were actual artists there doing scenes and markers of their village.
There were young kids, there were adults, there were older people who attended some of the workshops. Some you could tell they had never done this before.
Some of the artists had a little bit of experience, and there were a few who you could really tell were professionals. They had done this many times.
Le grand combattant de la liberté, Lumumba a été arrêté, torturé avant d'être assassiné. Où on va? Où on va? Où on va, Africains, où allons-nous? Les grands combattants de la liberté, ceux qui se sont battus pour nos libertés, ils ont toujours été assassinés avec la complicité de leurs frères africains.
We could tell there was significantly less Western influence in music and arts culture here. We were pretty far north. We were very close to the Mali and Burkina Faso border. We had almost spanned the entire length of the country from south to north. let's go check out
We finna rock the spot.
All right.
After a long ass drive.
Urbanized in Abenguru, yeah.
I don't think we had one place where there were two women doing much of anything. Maybe Abenguru because there was a girl in the band. There weren't very many women, you know, who were out, and that was one of the things that we did talk a lot about.
Welcome to Ivory Coast. Okay.
Okay.
Ah, yes.
So, can you clap your hand, everybody? Can you clap your hand?
Clap your hand to the people. Oh, clap your hand.
Donc, vous comprenez anglais? Donc, on peut parler en anglais alors? Bon, d'accord.
Let's go.
Alors, la dame. Je me réveille, princesse. On se retrouvait dans un endroit comme voici. On se serre le main ici.
Yeah.
La réconciliation, longtemps convoitée, est à nos frontières, de côté nos honneurs.
Put your hands up, this is real hip-hop sentiment. And you know we won't stop, we're gonna, yeah. Stop, then get down, we're gonna, yeah. Do this thing till we die, stop. That's it, let's go.
Des tiroirs, la jeunesse devient délinquant à cause du manque d'emploi. Je passe la moitié de ma vie avec un stylo à la main. Je suis devenu chaud, après de m'éclater la tête. Aujourd'hui, on me demande à taper une machette pour retourner à la terre. Après la fin, qu'est-ce que je peux faire? Dans la fonction publique, ces personnes de 70 ans, souvent droit.
Conversation, just like NGO, keep walking on empty zone is perfectly normal. Outside in the woods, 69 is normal. Got scared, something settled for more. No matter what, Jackson, when it's been on, now throw your hands in the air. And wave like you just don't care. And if you believe in Africa, somebody say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh.
When urbanizers in the house, oh yeah. Party people, get your hands high.
Oh yeah.
You need to put it down right now.
Oh yeah.
You need to head cool out service suckers.
Oh yeah.
When urbanizers in the house.
Oh yeah.
Party people, get your hands high.
Oh yeah.
You need to put it down right now.
Oh yeah.
You need to head cool out service suckers.
Oh yeah.
The first one is the verbal chemist. Putting a mask, going a flash, concocting roaches, hand in hand inside a glass. Splash out us every when it's time for combat. I bring it from the toes to your door, that's how we run that. Cool out the title, I got your vitals signed on lock. Golden clip and cock, my verbal spread your whole lot. Anyone else standing ground when I'm done. I'm running for the real, representing for the shot. When urbanizers in the house, oh yeah. Party people, get your hands high.
Oh yeah.
We came to put it down.
So it's our last day in Abenguru. We had a great concert last night. We are getting ready to go do the workshop. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. And then get back on the road and head back to Abidjan for the last few days of our tour here in Cote d'Ivoire. It's been a wonderful experience, and we hope you enjoy this experience with us. Peace.
Oh, hi Chicago. Sweet, interesting, didn't see you there. We are now at our last workshop inside I want to get all these names right. And we are a round table where we are meeting with the minds. And this crazy guy behind me is Cote. He won't let go of the damn paper. Okay. And since I now have the paper, I can write things down. And I want to thank you all for coming to every single workshop that we've been on in this tour. You may not understand anything right now, but when we get those subtitles, you will be magnifico. I got problems. Problems or props?
Oh, wait a second. I get it on the English one.
Yeah.
Get up.
Up until this point, each town has had its own flair, and Abengourou was no exception. At the workshop, the Conseil General presented each of us with a special gift to always remind us of the people in Abengourou and to always remind us that we had a home there.
Gardez-les en souvenir et chaque fois que vous verrez ce qu'il y a dedans, vous dites on a des parents de l'autre côté de l'Atlantique.
The workshop took on a very unique tone. There were 2 radio personalities. They were able to give insight because some of the artists had questions about why their music isn't being played on the radio. We also talked about music content and artist responsibility, commerce, street promotions, the women's role in the movement and in the culture. We talked about creating opportunities for performance and to get your voice heard. We talked about collective work and responsibility.
Don't lose hope on this. It's not going to be easy. Every opportunity that is given to you, jump on it. Because you may not be given it again. And then
just the last thing, just tell them outside of them connecting with us as a sister city in Chicago, connect with the other cities that we the other towns we've connected with that's in Cote d'Ivoire that are having and facing the same obstacles.
You know, when we got there, 2 weeks seemed like a really long time. And now here it was, back in Abidjan, and this was it. The workshop in Abidjan was hosted by Priska in an area of Abidjan known as Yopougon.
I mean, do you speak English? Parlez-vous anglais? No?
No.
You guys
said no?
Okay, no.
No English for me.
This is a program to discuss how to use hip-hop in a positive way.
So I try to do something good. Like I work with these girls in their schools. I'm rapper and I say people that if you don't go to school, you don't write a test of rap.
Yes.
We are not in the street. You can't stand up like you want and do a rap test. You have to be intellectual. You have to go to school and you have to see life like an artist, and we have to do something good.
Hey, hello, my name is Priska. I'm the first female rapper in Ivory Coast, and I started to do rap music when I was 10 years old, and I have 3 CDs on the market, and I like hip-hop. I can't imagine my life without this music. And in my country, in Ivory Coast, in Cote d'Ivoire, I want to use my name to do something for the our generation. So I'm very happy to meet you and to exchange with you, because I think that it is an opportunity and you are an example for us, and we want to be the change, and I want to contaminate my friends to do something good for our community, because if we want something change, we have to be the change. Yeah. Peace, big up, and I want to sing something for you. Yes. Okay. In my mother tongue, can't claim me. It's tell me. So. Can't say hi me so can't say I me yakitika ba musike akwa ati mignon blanc tignon blanc blanc ati mignon bien et du moi et sous comme moi et ya comme moi et du moi yakinyon mi nyom du mon outil, je t'en supplie de ce mal focus daily.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta get back into the artist mode. Check it out. Alright, peace. Check it. This is Face to Face, aka the African Warrior. Album coming out soon. I'm here with the Chicago Hip Hop Initiative, and just all love out here, you know, doing our thing. Big up to Abidjan. Come on. Yeah. Face to Face a lot. Well, basically, we're here. We're having a freestyle session right here, and.
What up, we got it ported on the same plane. A damn shame, these cats ain't playing game. They wanna see the brother chained up, a face full of shame, but I've never ever changed up. I still have the same state of mind. I did my time, but now I must really pay the price. I'm going back to the Ivory Coast, broke as a joke with no money in my pocket. I'm going crazy.
Hip hop forever. We getting together for bigger things. We're killing all negativities and bringing positivity back up on the scene. That's it. Right. Freestyle? Yeah, one.
On pop the socket, caught up in the galère. Ma vie est tombée par terre, mais moi je me relève. Que mes guerriers en guerre qui n'a rien à faire dans ce monde de merde tout le temps.
So Blue Sky Fashion, Queen Lady TD.
And this is her fashion line?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We got, you know, African dashikis and things like that.
Yeah. That's nice. Representing Abidjan.
Representing Abidjan.
Yeah, the plateau, Cote, Ivory Coast.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Representing the Abrier tribe.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's quite easy. I represent Ivory Coast, you know what I'm saying? So I want to show you that I'm the best from here. Chante en anglais, chante en français, je détermine tout ce qu'il y a de plus beau. J'improvise sur le tempo, tu sais que Easy est le best, je le reste. Belle demoiselle, celle qui me donne des ailes. Quand je parle, tu le sais que j'ai pas besoin d'elle. Ok, je reviens à toi, Coprassi, j'apprécie tous ceux qui m'apprécient, qui me détestent aussi. Je m'appelle Easy, je garde bien sur la mélodie. Bra.
Piste poi go, nascosto da droite, tappato todo droito. Pra le caisse, le piste passe à place. 507, pra le carte va à place. La flotte sur les replaces. T'es chaud, le pop de la flotte de Vegas, c'est beau. C'est tout du fait, on nous emmène avec cette époque de bon flow. À présent, top de tour, c'est des forces qu'il te faut. Ne voler ces gars de ghetto. C'est ton gosse, c'est quoi de plus beau que les gosses qui portent avec des flots qui se font de New York. À quoi ça sert les potes de les flots si t'as pas le flot de gosse? Jazz fera mon équipe, c'est des jazz fera en équipe sur le beat, c'est les 10, c'est le piste, c'est les guides, c'est ceux qui brisent dans le beat. En plus c'est elle et c'est dit, on sait je le dis parce que je baisse la vie de le beat, je caisse les cuits. Il faut que le go, complète les cuits, je concept de la vie, ah oui c'est la gueule de la G. Faut pas me toucher où j'appelle les bruits, je passe et pousser, le go à la tête vide comme un vase de nuit. Je le dis pas puisque je le dis qui part pas, que sur le bon et c'est guide. Je te la vois, je fais une victoire du appuie pas. Sur Radio Street, B Street, belle et ici de ta justice. C'est des kiffs de type parce qu'ils capent des types comme moi. NOP 2010.
Yo, 2010. Yo, anonyme MC yo. Plein de défauts, car ma jeunesse. Par mes mots, je les transcris tous dans mon flow. Style bâti, oh, la musique bête, en baisse, ma TV et ma radio. Pas que c'est faux, connais-tu le rêve d'un sale gamin? Devenir flic ou une star de demain. Fais la pipe à la mine, voilà le rêve du sale gamin de maintenant. Tenu à l'écart des médias de masse, souvent illégal, le rap, c'est dommage de voir des stagiaires piétiner ces cas, au moins il faut pas. Même un rapport comme Tupac banalise sur les rap qu'on nous garde naze. Pour le rap on se bat ici, puis on se bat d'ici pour ne pas que nos gars nous disent hey, rap n'est pas d'ici. Je suis pas d'ici mais je parle les cons anonymes.
Au maximum pour décrocher de bonnes notes. Ils se privent de certains plaisirs, de certains désirs. Ne pensent qu'à bâtir, investir, construire leur avenir. Ouais. Côte d'Ivoire, USA together. Côte d'Ivoire, USA on est tous de fait. Côte d'Ivoire, USA we are together. Côte d'Ivoire, USA on est tous de fait. Ouais, si stop, restart, se lever pour te faire. C'est comme ça que ça se passe ici en Abidjan. Thank you, big up.
We had a lot of fun in Abidjan. The workshop was awesome. And after that, we packed it on up and got ready for the final concert.
Chicago Hip Hop Initiative, Urbanized Music, Ange 13. Last show for the night. One love. Peace.
So Ange, any words for America?
Oh, hi America. Didn't see you there. This is my last real night of working, and I just want to say thank you, United States government, for paying for me to come out here and share what I know about hip-hop.
So we're here at the final concert for this 2-week trip that we've spent here in Cote d'Ivoire. We've been to Abidjan, Aboisseau, Gagnoa, Daloa.
And I'd like to thank Africa for welcoming me in with open arms and allowing me not to get malaria.
Korogo, Ferguson, Dogu, and I think that's it. Aboisseau. And Aboisseau. Did I say Aboisseau? So it's been a fantastic trip.
And I would like to thank the Hip Hop Initiative for making me a part of something as spectacular as this.
We're here. This is the last show. We're going to rock it. Myself, Amina, Cool Out Chris, Ange 13, Chicago Hip Hop Initiative is definitely in the building.
I'm glad I jumped at the opportunity. And Concrete Jungle will be a whole lot different. But I think I have a better grasp on how to deal with it and live there as opposed to just surviving there. So, beyond the city.
It's been a phenomenal trip. We've had some wonderful exchanges with the local artists, and we just want to keep it moving forward from here, all right? Our host for the evening for our final concert was Queen Lady D, who is a local promoter. She's also a fashion designer. So the first group to take the stage for the final concert was Soteka, traditional dance, drum, and mask ensemble. And this is where I found out that Ange has a slight fear of masks. And then Face to Face also rocked. He was our translator at the workshop as well as at our first press conference at the embassy. We're also fortunate to have Rajman in the house. He's one of Cote d'Ivoire's top hip-hop artists. Africa also took the stage.
You know what? The single best thing about the trip is that we were to go there to create change, and I think ultimately I got changed. There was a saying that somebody told us out there that you think your mother's soup is the best soup until you taste somebody else's, and I had more than my share. I take everything into perspective now, and I think that was probably the biggest thing that changed me.
Before I left, I was so discouraged about Chicago hip hop and just hip hop in general in the States because there's so many barriers we put on each other in the music. I'm so glad we don't put these real same barriers in the culture on each other. And just going out there to be around people who appreciated what was being done. Now I'm thankful every single day. Thank you for letting me wake up today.
I would say being able to connect with Ivorian artists, like grassroots, underground, hip-hop artists, being able to help create the Chicago hip-hop sister city so that we feel like we now are connected somehow with these brothers and sisters over there, and also watching them start the Cote d'Ivoire Hip-Hop Initiative.
Because we brought a lot, but we learned so much more, and we're taking it back to Chicago so that we can let them know that hip-hop is alive in Cote d'Ivoire. So give it up one more time.
Keep it moving. Don't stop the music.
Je suis le hip-hop et le big boss de le hip-hop. J'ai pris le gars de quoi qu'on se dise qu'on est tous bornés. Après des tonnes de bonnes pensées, je vais à l'école de le bac des antipodes de préjugés à mon égard que je hop pour le flotte et le long cheveu. Ouvre la porte de ton esprit, ouvre les yeux, regarde ici. Y'a pas que la drogue, puis le gars qui la fuck, puis le gars qui la smoke. Qui porte des vestes et de flotte, qui porte des tresses et de locks, qui porte des lecs et de locks. Qui hop pour le positif et non pas pour les danses et les consciences. Et conscient le nom et les gens qui consomment que le rap pour les cons et les gospions. Je réponds à ce que c'est le titre de mes chansons. Et le piste c'est le gars con, passe le radio. La musique à la coque, on l'air idiot. Le vrai son c'est Emilio Rora, c'est le Rough Riders. Quand la cuisse, little rap, le verre à hip hop forever, yes I can. C'est pour le vrai, c'est le rêve, le mec intègre le belle meuf. Respecte le hip hop, respecte le plus top. Pour toi est un big pop, je me nomme un enveloppe. Quand je passe, je me nomme le hip hop. Est un big up à tous les gars qui la pratiquent, c'est un enveloppe. Si ça t'affecte, c'est un enveloppe pour le faire bien, pour le faire hey. Avec ton âme, malgré que le gars le condamne. Double MC. Si, c'est de là le hip-hop, je n'ai pas qu'avec un style pop, j'ai de là de l'esprit top, j'éclate de l'esprit fort. Y'a pas que ceux qui top, des gars qui de l'esprit fort, c'est à le monde que le hip-hop. What's up, nigga? C'est de là le hip-hop, je n'ai pas qu'avec un style pop, j'ai de là de l'esprit top, j'éclate de l'esprit fort. Y'a pas que ceux qui top, des gars qui de l'esprit fort, c'est à le monde que le hip-hop. Hip-hop, toujours, je parle de tout, ça vaut pas le coup, je parle de tout. Abandonnons pas de doux, je n'ai pas de goût, je vous l'avoue. Personne ne peut m'empêcher de vivre au jour le jour. Le hip-hop est la baisse, la musique, le temps c'est cool, les gars me clashent, je me traite de stupide. Ah oui c'est ça, c'est le dit. C'est ce que je vis ici, un épi de slide, je baisse sur mon fork et le flotte, j'emporte des tonnes.